4 of the 5 fixtures on all of our sheet, there's hate that comes along with those fixtures. There's no hate with City, Liverpool.
Is this a little bit like saying like indie music hasn't been good since 1995? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like Britpop forever. Like, you know what I mean?
You know that moment when you start singing about other things? You're not singing, you're having fun. You're never singing about City.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think
Pep and Guardiola, you know, like a kangaroo when he just carries his ute in the thing. That's what them man are like. No, I'm serious. Joey Arteta.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to 888 Sport. On this episode of the playlist, we're going to be ranking the biggest fixtures in the Premier League that are not local derbies. The fixtures that I would love for you to rank are Chelsea versus Liverpool, Chelsea versus Manchester United, Liverpool versus Manchester City, Arsenal versus Manchester United, Manchester City versus Arsenal, and Manchester United versus Liverpool. Big games here. Proper clashes. Just before we reveal our answers, will you please do us a favour? Make sure that you click the subscribe button. We have some fantastic content coming out for you. Thank you. Everyone set?
Yep.
Good.
Okay, will you please reveal the biggest fixtures in the Premier League that are not derbies? Man United, Liverpool, clean sweep. Okay.
I'm going to have to just point out before we crack in that I have tried my best not to put basically every Liverpool-related fixture in here. It's like I want some credit for deliberately leaving Chelsea-Liverpool off my list just so that I'm not seen as horrifically biased in this all.
Yeah.
Well, boy, that's your list. I don't know, blood. Like, I hear it, but if Liverpool City being bigger than Arsenal and United, wow.
It's new, isn't it? It's new.
I agree.
It means something now.
Maybe your kids will think that, but us, like, we should know what time it is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. And I've put that. The only reason I put it down there is because it's nostalgia, and it's like right now, the team that takes the most points of those 2 fixtures in that season wins the league over the last 5 years. They're the league winners, right. And I think that was true of United Arsenal in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. But like that was the past, and it was great, and that's had its time. And
what's it like?
About that.
But on that, it is the biggest rivalry the Premier League has seen, though. Regardless,
100%.
we again, I think in the fullness of time, I think the City-Liverpool one will either be alongside that or replace it because
let's put these away.
You see with Arsenal and United, no matter what's going on, whether Arsenal's finishing 8th, United are finishing wherever, that game is war. Rory Keane, Patrick and Vieira set pace. And
I was going to start with Vieira Keane. Listen, over a 7-year period, United won 4 league titles, Arsenal won 3. Amongst those 7 years, there's an Invincibles, there's a treble winners. It was Alex Ferguson against Wenger. It was Keane versus Vieira. It was our defense versus. Look at the Keown moment with Van Nistelrooy. Look at the Fabregas pizza incident. There's
more.
All of these.
Do you know what, Turkish? If you take it a little bit back, even before that, like just pre-Premier League, both teams were Dr. Point. I think there was a huge fight. Nigel Winterburn, Brian McClare at Old Trafford, and it was like a proper fight. And both teams ended up being Dr. Point. Like I think Arsenal, Manchester United, although over recent times, when Arsenal have been good, Manchester United haven't, and when Manchester United have been good, Arsenal haven't.
Is this a little bit like saying like indie music hasn't been good since 1995? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like Britpop forever. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean?
No one makes garage no more, but it's true.
But history still counts. Like,
no.
Liverpool, Man City,
and I've been respectful to that.
Liverpool, Man City is bigger today in terms of the jeopardy, but Liverpool, Man City, unless I'm wrong here, Paul, Liverpool, Man City aren't rivals.
No, but they're
rivals for silverware, but they're not historic rivals.
But again, this goes back to it. It's like some things just start from places, and look, there's not enough Man City fans for this to have the same thing as the Arsenal United thing, because you're talking about 2 of the biggest clubs and the biggest followings globally and all that kind of stuff, and it lives on. As a result, City are only just becoming that now. So actually, probably, you say our kids, but even us, in 20 years' time, I think that rival will be look back and we'll be able to go, well, City won a treble and Liverpool won the Champions League.
United Arsenal thing rivalry isn't because it's not a trophy rivalry. Because obviously growing up, I know it to be that rivalry. But the reason why these men are rivals because they're both winning stuff and they're stopping each other from winning.
If we were having this conversation a decade and a half ago, Man United Arsenal is undoubtedly the one, right? Because they would be the team.
It's a nostalgia rivalry now because there's been no modern real success for either of those clubs. So it's like, we won the treble. But we were invincibles.
But that's what rivalry is.
We've got this gold trophy. Yeah, but the gold trophy's this big, so who cares? You know what I mean? That's what that rivalry is.
Isn't that what rivalry's built upon? So, for example, Chelsea and Liverpool, until Chelsea and Liverpool weren't rivals. We then had an era where we were rivals, and then we're not again. But Chelsea are more rivals with... Leeds United are a bigger rival to Chelsea than Manchester United. But Leeds United weren't in the Premier League. These things are built on history.
Heritage.
These things are built on years and years. And Manchester City just don't... You know when you're at the game? You know when you sit in a cop, don't you?
Yeah.
Surely the spring in your step, the edge in the atmosphere, it's different when it's Manchester United versus Manchester City.
It's more... the best atmospheres I've been to at Anfield in the last 5 years have been Man City games. And the Man United fans have been very quiet the last few times.
You go away to Southampton away, right? You're down there. Yeah. You know that you're 3-0 up. You know that moment when you start singing about other things. You're not singing. You're having fun. You're never singing about City. It's all United, surely.
Yeah, true enough. But again, this is what I mean. It's like it's a modern rivalry, definitely, and it could just be a bit like you're talking about, like the Chelsea
one. It comes and goes.
It could be a moment in time, but because it's actually, because the thing is, you remember that one? That was Liverpool were like trying to be a top 4 team around that time. You know, we played you in the League Cup final and lost it.
Yeah, the Gerrard own goal.
League in the semi-finals with a clear Luis Garcia goal, and then obviously went on and won it. And
then we took Torres and won the European Cup. That era. That's right. That's the era. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
£50 million.
Hypothetical.
And we got Luis Suarez. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, he won the league there, right? Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, but to the point, it was because Liverpool weren't really fighting out for much. It was European Cup, it was cups. But once we're fighting out for the title and it's do or die, the Liverpool City one is the rivalry of this era of football.
But do you feel like it with Manchester United could be relegated to Division 2 and you'd still sing about them. Man City got relegated to Division 2, you never think about them again.
But they sing about us is a point that where
they want to create a rivalry with you.
Well, no, exactly. But just to play for
Invincibles, treble, blood. Obviously, City won the treble, blood. You know what I mean? You lot came close to being invincible,
and no one cares.
What was that? Was that one? You lot lost. What was it?
Well, we nearly won the cup.
You lost one game, innit?
97.
No one cares about
well, no, exactly.
Yeah, you lost one game, innit?
Was it 97 points and didn't win the league?
Believe.
Yeah.
Was that the company Thunderbolt year?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, Leicester.
Oh my God. Oh no, Leicester.
They did it at Leicester. He scored that goal against Leicester, didn't
he?
Yeah.
Listen, you've put the Arsenal United down because there's nostalgia to it, but your number one is all nostalgia. There's no.
Well, no, but
Liverpool and United challenge for a league title together.
100%. Liverpool, but this is the point you're talking about, and it just is, and it shouldn't be because of all the things we discussed. It transcends all of the sensible points because there's never been a time when Liverpool and United have been neck and neck going something. Liverpool are up or Man United are up, and one team's great and the other team's rubbish. That's how it is. And yet, every time that fixture comes around, where's all the hype? Has there ever been build up for that game like there is any other game? That's the El Clasico.
You think it was a derby, bruv? You think that was a derby? That could go up there with the list of derbies. North London derby, all of that. It could be up there.
You can think of so many iconic moments. Like, regardless of your age, you will think of so many iconic moments between Liverpool and Manchester United. You think of Cantona in the FA Cup, Cantona coming back off his band, scoring the goal, Liverpool in the white suits. Like, you can just think of so many iconic Liverpool Man United moments. Liverpool Man City, they're now. It's not like, of course I can remember them. They're going to happen this season. It's like I've put it third, and I thought that was really generous because I don't think it's a rivalry in the truest sense. Yeah. They're rivalry for silver. They're rivals for silverware. But Chelsea and Liverpool, nobody really thinks of that as like a huge game anymore. But if we were having this chat in 2006, we would.
4 of those 5 fixtures there, and 4 of the 5 fixtures on all of our sheets, there's hate that comes along with those fixtures. There's no hate with City, Liverpool. So as much as I put them third because
it's now, but not because it's now, that going to forever. You know, like that's top forever.
Chelsea, Liverpool has a more iconic moment than Man City, Liverpool have done.
I mean, look, Liverpool versus United. You've got the most successful English football club, and you've got Manchester United. So obviously that's that's going to be the biggest headline fixture of the league. That's the one where you if you don't even really follow the Premier League, you'll know those two. You'll know that game, and everything else is. Again, it's of its time. It's a period of time within the history of the Premier League or football.
But the thing is, if a Man City fan was here and you ask him, who do you hate? Yeah, all he's gonna say is UEFA, blood. Them man ain't got no enemies. Let's be honest. Man's gonna be like UEFA, the Chargers. That's all them man hate, blood.
Everyone wants them to win the league.
They hate,
Everyone
hate
wants
filling the stadium. That's what they do. They hate it.
The thing is, I think Man City.
Yeah, bro.
Have we all only got Man City? Paul, I think you've got them on the list twice.
I put Arsenal
I think
once,
they can
man.
only be on once, and it's
it.
only because of the silverware.
That's
They're
it.
not rivals to
Only
anyone.
once, yeah.
When Chelsea play, when Chelsea and Man City aren't rivals. We're no more rivals than we are with Blackburn
Bro,
Rovers.
the Manchester
They're
derby.
Blackburn Rovers.
Bro, United
it's no
Liverpool's
different.
bigger than the Manchester derby, and so is United Arsenal in my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you know them way?
Apart from
bigger than the
Liverpool,
Manchester
Liverpool,
derby.
Man City, because of the very recent history and going for the league and that one counts. But Man City, who have you got? Man City.
I put Arsenal City bottom of only because, and I really would have put Liverpool, Chelsea from my personal experience of it, but that's got the potential, I think.
Do you agree with that? Do you feel like there's potential for you and City, Guardiola, Arteta, Sorcerer, Apprentice? Can you become
Daniel
proper
San, Mr.
rivals?
Miyagi.
There could be. I haven't seen it from the managers yet, but I've started to see it from the players. There's been a bit of needle in a few of the last games we've played. You look at that Rodri moment, January 2022.
Yeah. When we played him early
kick.
kickoff New Year's Day, I remember.
And he just, goes mad into the crowd. And then you look at the most recent win we had at the Emirates and Haaland's sourness after the game. So there's a bit happening on the pitch. Not seen it off the pitch yet, but I think if Arteta was to pick Pep, that's when you might start seeing that rivalry between the managers start coming to fruition. Because right now it does very much feel like Pep's not too worried about it until it becomes a problem. It's not a problem until it's.
He wasn't bothered last season. He gave you players and that.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think
Pep and Guardiola,
expected
like a kangaroo when he just carries his youth in the thing. That's what them man are like. No, I'm
Joey Arteta.
Pep don't take him seriously, blood.
Joey Arteta bouncing around.
Kangaroo. Jesus, blood. Do you know what I mean? Little man, blood. No. Obviously, that's not my thoughts, by the way, Turkish. That's Pep's thoughts, blood. Do you know them way there, fam? It's like a kangaroo, blood. Just carrying the youth, little man and that. That's it.
But you know what it is with those two signings, though? We have to give Arteta credit because no one thought Jesus and Zinchenko comes to Arsenal and lifts the level. No one thought they'd come in and would become a title challenging side.
No one thought they would come in and you lot would play like
So I don't
that.
think Pep thought that either. I thought Pep thought,
We probably
all right,
thought
little
they'd play
bro,
like a
take
play
them.
this season, to be
Yeah.
I mean, Alex
Not
Ferguson
points-wise,
yeah,
literally broke Gabriel Aintz's contract to deny him a move to Liverpool because he would not allow a Man United player to sign for Liverpool. Pep Guardiola's going, these jokers, come on, fill your boots.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my days.
But at the time, we was jokers to City. We finished fifth.
Yeah,
Of
absolutely.
course
He
we
might
was
have
jokers
regretted
to
it at
City.
one point
Do
last
you
season.
do you think Pep sells us someone now? No.
Nah. You get your place from Chelsea now, blood.
Well, to be fair,
You do.
it depends because if
Your
Arsenal can't get
relationships
over
and
the
that.
line, if you're trying to get over the line by using players that Pep Guardiola didn't deem to be good enough, and then they don't, that's when you start to go, that's why it was genius from Pep to push these guys. But if they do, then
I wonder if there was a moment last season, when Arsenal sat, 10 points clear, and Gabriel Jesus was looking brilliant, Zinchenko was integral to their play. Do you think there was ever a moment where Guardiola was like, ugh?
And then he turned round and looked at Erling Haaland and was, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think when they drew to Nottingham Forest, I think that would have been a moment where he thought,
Yeah.
But the reality is they can always put 10 wins together. And
Arsenal City is the one in waiting, isn't it? It's the in waiting to be the next one. It's the way that, it would have been Wenger and Ferguson, but then Wenger fades off and then Mourinho comes up and, it's the next one to kind of face the
Arteta needs to have another very good season this year, though. But it's not necessarily about winning the league, but he needs to be second. For this rivalry to develop, he needs
challenge
to be one knocking
again,
on the
bare
door.
minimum.
What about managers, bro? Because I know Klopp and Pep are always going at each. Like the rivalries, the managers can also make the rivalry because definitely Pep and Klopp, they make that game for me, innit? They make that.
Benitez, Mourinho. That was
bro, that's what I'm saying. So the managers also make the rivalry for me as well. You get me, Wenger and Mourinho as well.
Mourinho.
The managers make the rivalry.
Yeah, they play on it still.
Wenger and Mourinho did something that I've never seen, hands-on, like a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It wasn't a fight. Wenger moved to him.
Wenger actually grabbed him though. When I've seen managers go for it before, I've never seen hands-on like that.
I know.
Wenger had enough. What about Conte and Tuchel, blood?
Yeah, the handshake. Yeah, the handshake, wasn't it?
You know what I mean?
You could tell Jose took it too far with
aggressivity and that.
Wenger, Jose took it too far with Wenger, and Wenger just
grabbed him
out of character.
Ready to have
day.
a fight.
Yeah.
There we go. So, unsurprisingly, Manchester United versus Liverpool is clearly the number one here. For me, it's definitely Manchester United, Arsenal next. I think
You could put a line underneath those.
Yeah,
two.
no, definitely.
I will. I'll do it again.
Definitely.
And we can debate the rest.
Come back to this video in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
There we have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know, do you agree with our selections in the comments below, and make sure that you click subscribe. We'll see you all on the next video. If you want to see us rank England's 5 most important players, click the link below.